Good morning. I am pleased, proud, and privileged to receive your consideration. My name is James H. McCall, your independent presidential write-in candidate for the presidency in 2008, coming to you from Charlie's Restaurant in Bedford, Michigan. Ideally, a United Nations type of organization would perhaps best serve as an overseer, monitor, and arbiter in cases of nuclear development and in determining the intended and ultimate purpose. Unfortunately, the United Nations is a power-hungry, ill-directed, disreputable, and scandalous organization, as many of its member nations are. It is difficult to envision any worldwide organization, with perhaps hundreds of members, being effective, respected, decisive, reactive, and having the necessary resolve. I favor the further development of nuclear energy at home because I believe that, along with drilling for our own oil, developing refineries, building more hydroelectric dams, and stepping up research and development of alternative energy technologies, it is the only way to achieve political and economical stability and self-reliance. While I oppose nuclear weapons in general, I appreciate that we have the nuclear technology and the delivery systems. I also appreciate that the have-nots want them also. What if they had them, the nuclear weapons, and we did not? I totally understand why Iran and other countries want nuclear weapons. They desire the benefits of power, protection, and influence. So where does one draw the line between humanitarian uses of nuclear energy and the devastating effects of nuclear weaponry? I would strive to discourage the addition of nuclear weapons to any country's arsenal and to reduce the numbers of nuclear weapons currently in existence. I cite the nuclear capability of Pakistan as an example of Murphy's Law, which is what can't go wrong usually does. One rational and practical method of addressing the possession and proliferation of nuclear weapons may be to invest in a series of bilateral agreements. Multilateral agreements are difficult to design, monitor, and enforce due to differences in geographic situation, political ambitions, and economies. They are complicated by nature, and consensus is difficult to achieve. Remember that true friends and dependable partners are not bought, for they will likely turn when the money is shut off. Friends and partners are those with like desires and goals, and those who have demonstrated or will demonstrate commitment to a common cause. I would approach Nation A, for example, with a proposal. If Nation A is a possessor of nuclear warheads, we may agree not to increase our numbers. We will defend each other. We will consider a reduction in numbers of our own nuclear weapons. We will share nuclear technology for the purposes of medicine, power generation, and all good non-weaponry endeavors. We will mutually encourage entry into other similar bilateral agreements. Now the stage is set for Nation A to negotiate agreements with Nations B and C. As a nation ourselves, we will negotiate with Nations B and C also, and B may negotiate directly with C. I think you have the point. Each agreement will be available for all nations to inspect and scrutinize so that the world will know who is who and what is what. Much as the individual letters of St. Paul eventually formed a corpus or a collection, so will a corpus of individual bilateral nuclear energy agreements be formed. Simple and solid. Once sufficient bilateral agreements are in force, those who have been reluctant to participate will witness a strength of numbers, alliances, and purposes. In time, several bilateral agreements may evolve into and combine to form more extensive regional agreements. Eventually, regional agreements may blend to compose continental and intercontinental agreements. This is the eating of the elephant, but one step at a time. Everything God made has to grow and evolve. He didn't populate the earth with only adult humans. nor did he cover the earth with fully grown trees. God made seeds to be nourished to maturity. I don't feel that anyone may snap his fingers to produce a worldwide agreement on anything. Nations don't agree on religion, politics, law, or economy. Relationships are built, not magically invoked or mystically conjured. It takes devotion and dedication. Any tall building, pyramid, or sculpture must have a superior foundation, and then strong building blocks or materials or components are required. This civilization, as we call it, and for which I use the term loosely, has only one small window in time during which to conserve, preserve, and perpetuate itself. I will gladly be the man to get the ball rolling. I will meet with any national leader one-on-one, that's one-on-one, in an effort to reduce nuclear weapons proliferation and to promote peaceful usage by agreement.